And welcome in to Voluntary Reaction as the Vols lose a. In, I can't even. I'm still gut punched in horrifying fashion as Alabama only led the last 24 seconds of the game to take home the 71-69 victory over Tennessee. I will go ahead and bring Davey Hudson in as I am still gobsmacked, Davey, at what just happened.
Uh, Bear, Walker, hello. I'd like to welcome everyone into Voluntary Reaction. I'm not surprised with the outcome of tonight. I thought, and when I say that, I thought Tennessee should have won. And then after halftime, I was like, without Nate Ament, this is the problem. I can look, and this is the first thing I noticed. With Rick Barnes style basketball, while it's got you a lot of great things, this is why people complain. You won the rebounds by close to 20. You out rebounded them by 17 total. You had more assists, you had more steals, you had less turnovers, you had more points off turnovers, and you dominated points in the paint. But they can hit three-pointers, and we didn't hit a three-pointer in the second half. Lo and behold, you can't shoot, you can't win games. Alabama wins. There's your story.
Yeah, Davey. It comes down to not being able to get second chance points. Like when you get 25 offensive rebounds and you have less second chance points and you have offensive boards, that's unacceptable. You're tough enough to go up and get an offensive rebound. How can you not put back at least a couple more of them? So we should have had 30 second chance points tonight.
Russell was at the game. He is supposed to join us a little bit later on. I'm sure that's going to be a fun environment. Also, getting out of there, the crowd's going to be really ecstatic. It's just frustrating whenever you've had two games in a row now where you were dominating in the first half and then you just blow it. Like, simple as that. Like, Tennessee let Alabama win that game. I don't view it as Alabama came back and won. It's like Tennessee gave them the opportunities, and when you hand the other team the opportunities, more than likely they're going to take advantage of it.
100%. We didn't score a bucket in the last 2 minutes of the game. We didn't hit a three in the entire second half. We went 4 for 18 from three. We only shot 38% from the field. When you get that many second chance points, like that's like a mathematical anomaly at that point. Like that's something that never happens.
If you guys want to join the show, feel free to call us at 865-966-3435. We'll get you on here. I'm sure this will be a cool, calm, and collected conversation that we have with you all. It's one of those things, too. The bigger story here, obviously, the long-term future as far as Nate Ament being able to play the rest of the month because, only 2 regular season games left. Then you start conference tournament play. Tried to give it a go on the knee injury. Injured the ankle during the week against Missouri. I know we kind of had a conversation in the group like, hey, should you just shut Nate down for a couple of games, make sure he's fully healthy? They did not do that. Now, again, I'm not saying that's what resulted in him messing his knee up, but now you have to worry about really your only other consistent scorer not even being able to go out there and play, which if that is the case, Tennessee will be a one and done once the NCAA tournament gets here. And it's just frustrating because you thought, kind of going into this stretch after you got the win against Vanderbilt last Saturday, it just goes to show you how quick things can change in this sport. You're now 0-2. You are tied with Kentucky and Missouri, which you are 0-3 against in terms of standings. So that's going to move you down. We very well could see the Vols be playing as the 7 or 8 seed whenever you look at the NCAA tournament get here. If you won tonight, you're getting a double bye, but
Bob texted us, and I feel like, and I'll take it up with him on Monday, or if he's brave enough to call in tonight. I felt like he kind of jinxed us a little bit because he did. He brought it up. Said he didn't want to borrow Tamar's trouble, but if we lost this game, that we would move to what, the six seed in the SEC.
Yeah,
it's down to 7 now, right?
Yeah, down to 7, and it's almost impossible now to get that double bye because we're losing tiebreakers against Arkansas, Kentucky, and I don't know if this Alabama win gives them the tiebreaker over us as well. I'd have to go look into that. But that's at least 2 or 3 teams, including Florida, who have tiebreakers over us that are going to get that bye. So our only shot now is to hope for some other teams to fall off and sneak into that last
Yeah.
spot of a double bye, which just doesn't seem feasible at this point.
But, David, just looking over the box score, Ament obviously only played, I think it was 10 minutes. No, 11 minutes, 2 points. I mean, he was 1 for 5, 3 rebounds. Believe it or not, Estrella with 12 was our second lead. Jacoby led us to 26 on 3 of 10 from 3, and he did most of his did a lot of it in the first half. But then your third leading scorer is Jalen Carey. So, I mean, other than those three, you didn't get anything. I guess like Parra had 8 on a night where he apparently is pretty sick.
I mean, I get that, but you look at Alabama, they only have 3 guys that can play anyway. They got the Wrightsell kid. Phylon Jr. obviously did his damage late, but I mean, Wrightsell 6 of 9 from 3 during the game. And then Holloway was able to score pretty efficient from the field. I mean, I don't think he missed a 3, but it just goes to show you, I mean, old school basketball, if you're not obviously hitting, trying to play where you're just the more physical team, but you don't really have anything from the outside, it's not going to win you many games. And that's why I think when we've talked about roster construction and just the inability to hit the 3 throughout the course of the season, I think that's been the biggest thing that scared people whenever we get to the tournament. And you also look at it, we're not a great free throw shooting team. Wasn't really a big concern. I mean, you didn't get to the line much today. I mean, listen, I didn't think the refs did Tennessee any favors, but that's not the reason you lost the game.
No. I feel like this is a game we probably squeak out if Ament doesn't get hurt. Another no-show night for Ethan Berg, 13 minutes, and he had 1 rebound and 1 turnover. No points.
And a god-awful play in the first half.
I mean, I thought Ethan Berg was going to come out and have a legacy game. We just destroyed the Ayatollah of Iran. He's got to be feeling jubilation, and yet he came out and put up a stinker.
Maybe.
Like,
I mean,
we put that cocksucker Kamani, however you let's say his name, like he's dead with like 40 other pieces of shit. So it's like, come on, dude, make your country proud.
All right, David's gonna get a fatwa brought down on voluntary reaction. Boswell, disappointing 4 points. I mean, we shot 22% from 3.
Yeah, I
and
mean,
they shot 37. I mean, that's it. I mean, it's just so frustrating on nights like this where you just don't take advantage of the opportunities. Like, you play great in multiple facets of the game, but it doesn't matter because you play so horrible in a couple of others. Like, you got to finish. I mean, as good as Dwayne Brown is, how does he have 0 points?
it was a rough night for everyone inside of the paint.
It really wasn't. That's the thing, Walker.
Well,
that's what's frustrating.
On the offensive end is what I mean.
But like, it's not like they're putting up much of a fight. That's the thing. It's right there. Just go and take it. Did we even have a dunk tonight? Like, I mean,
Akpara. Yeah, I know he had one hoop. I saw that. So, but yeah, I don't get it. I don't think Estrella's 100%. He got completely worked in the first half. I mean, just the guy went around him like he wasn't even standing there and dunked it. Just a really disappointing night all the way around. So
I'm interested to hear what Russ has to say as far as the environment inside there. Because, I mean, it's just got to be deflating. You lead the entire game. It was just such a slow burn in that second half where they just kept chewing away. And you're like, all right, Tennessee's going to find a way just to push it out a little bit. And we've talked about this. Just is not a team that can step on the throat. It's like whenever you can give them the kill shot, they're not going to take it.
Exactly. And, I mean, even tonight, like, we had one of our best games not turning it over all season. We only had 6 turnovers tonight. We had 25 offensive rebounds. That's dominating.
Yeah, it's not the first time we've done it this year. DB on the text box, Davey says, felt just like UK, and it was.
Well, I mean, that's another one where you lost to Kentucky twice after a double-digit lead. I can't remember what exactly it was against Missouri. I feel like we had a 10-point lead early on in that. Well, we did early on, yeah, because it was like 12-2. So this is now four. I don't know of a team that's lost four 10-point plus leads in like a 2-month span. Like that's hard to wrap my mind around. And
Add
really,
on Kansas to that too. Back in the end of 2025,
yeah,
blew a
but
10-point lead in that one too.
at least Kansas, now you look at them and you realize like it's a
It's a
better
good
team
team.
than we thought at the time. But it's just, I just, I don't have any confidence going into or tournament play. Like I don't know why you can whenever the team is not got a consistent threat from deep. I mean, you can talk about like, well, Jacoby can hit a couple. It's like, yeah, but he's not efficient. I mean, what was he tonight? Walker, you said it earlier, 3 of 10. I feel like that's pretty on
Yeah.
par.
He had 26 points, 9 for 23 shooting from the field, 3 for 10 for three.
Backflip
Only one turnover.
spaghetti says tonight is the fifth 10-point plus loss.
Horrible.
Or blown lead, I guess is how we should say it. I mean, coming into today, when you were looking at the net, I know a lot of people kind of want to look at what does this mean for the tournament. You were 20th. You were right behind Alabama, so it's a quad one game. But again, we've just talked about you got to defend the home court advantage. I think all of us last week when we had this conversation of what's Tennessee going to do the rest of the way, you felt, well, if you beat Missouri, you're going to go undefeated. But even if you lose to Missouri, you're going to at least go 3-1 in the final stretch. Now I'm concerned about Vanderbilt. I'm not too concerned about South Carolina, but I mean, if Nate's not playing, what does that mean for the offense? You still think they should be able to impose their will? For KenPom's standpoint, Tennessee, you were 18th going into, or as of what they've got updated tonight. But man, it's just, there's nothing you can do that's going to make you feel good about watching this team moving forward.
No, it's just poor shooting. Like this team just can't shoot a high percentage from the field. Like it just feels like they cannot finish around the basket. Easy ones. Like we had easy ones tonight. Okpara catches a really good pass midway through the second half. All he has to do is go up and under and lays it in, puts that one short. And we have plenty of opportunity where we get the ball with a chance to go back up with it off a second or third rebound, and we kick it out and reset everything.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, just one of the bigs needs to,
Draw
slam
some
it
fouls.
home. Yeah, slam it, draw a foul, break somebody up at the rim. And
this is, yeah.
They just, I don't know, man. I really don't.
Yeah, it's one of those games where it's like I think you just get a lot of fans that just kind of tune out. Like it's as far as like calling in tonight, like I'm not expecting a ton of calls just simply because I would just want to break after not having to deal with that. Whenever it's you lead all but the last 24 seconds, you blow it like that to a rival. And of course, they're showing what happened last year whenever Jemai Mashak's able to hit the game-winning three.
Yeah.
And you just felt like, all right, this team's going to put it together. And granted, I mean, made a run to the Elite Eight, but this team ain't last year's team, man. And I don't feel like I'm just overreacting from this one game.
But it's also, I think, I'll caution everybody, you got to keep in mind, it was never going to be. It's unfair to hold these guys to that. I mean, one of those guys off last year's team has played pretty good minutes in the NBA this year. We lost, two of our best defensive players in program history, probably, and Ziegler and Mashak. And we were always going to take a little bit of a step back. I think for me, the most disappointing, the thing that's starting to sink in, and I hope I'm wrong, but when we get knocked out of the tournament, we're going to make the tournament. But when we get knocked out of the tournament, it'll be a lot like tonight went.
Well, and I know he's not gone to the podium yet, but it's one of those things where it's like, I don't want to hear from Rick Barnes about the defense tonight. It's like you held Alabama to 71 points. Like that's got to be their lowest of the year. You held them to 73 last time. You were at least able to score 79. But I mean, if you can hold this Alabama team to 71 with as bad as they play defense, there's no reason you should lose a game. I don't get it. I mean,
and then the bottom line is, amen, play 10 minutes. You can't you can't just not factor that into, us losing this game tonight. But we kind of knew that. We know that to win games, a lot of the time we got to get 20 plus out of Jacoby, and we got to get 20 plus out of Nate because we're so offensively challenged at almost every other position on the floor. So shout out to Jalen Carey. He got 10 points and 9 rebounds.
I mean, he was a beast tonight. It was one of the better games he'd had in an orange uniform. This is one of the best games Jacoby Gillespie had played. Just looking at the stats on him, I mean, his defense has come a long way. Jacoby Gillespie had 8 steals tonight, guys. 8 steals and 1 turnover and 7 assists.
See, the problem with that is we talked about it last week. I think it was one of maybe a kid from Vanderbilt had an incredible game. Nobody's going to remember that. All they're going to remember is he took a really bad fadeaway 3 at the end when, we had plenty of time to get a better look, and we lost the game. So, well, I feel like that's enough of us for the moment. I want to go to the phone lines for the first time. Is that good with you guys?
Yeah, let's do it.
No,
all right. Well, first up, batting leadoff will be Anthony. Anthony, you're on voluntary reaction.
Bear, Walker, Davey Berg did not make his country or his team proud tonight.
No, he did not.
Walker, we don't shoot well because we only have 2 guys who can shoot, and one was injured.
That's right.
I'm with Davey. I love Barnes, and I root for him, but he's a high-floor, low-ceiling coach. He called timeout tonight with 49 seconds to go to draw up a play to Carey to try to take the lead. And I know Carey had a good game, but you don't draw the play for Carey with 49 seconds to go. Then out of a timeout, down 2, with 20 seconds to go, we're dribbling around like we're running the clock for the last shot. Barnes just doesn't help his teams on offense during games. Now he's a defensive savant, but he never has any answers on O.
You're right in some points, but I would also just kind of put the onus on like the front court guys mainly. Like Barnes can only draw up so many things for them not to be able to put the ball in the basket from 5 feet away. You know what I mean? Like there are too many opportunities where these guys are throwing up floater shots from 5 feet away and not going hard to the rim and just missing easy shots at the basket. That's not on Barnes. It's on the guys in the front court.
Yeah, but Walker, what I'm saying is he called timeout twice in the last minute. And his first solution was to get the ball to Carey late in the game. And his second, I don't even know what his second, like what even was drawn up the second time, because we're out there on the perimeter dribbling the ball around like it's tied. But we're down 2. You want to get the ball to the rim as quickly as possible when you're down 2 to try to extend the game, and we're just acting like we got all the time in the world. Coming out of a timeout, it just doesn't make any sense to me. But another problem is poking its head through the clouds. We have a really tough time standing in front of guards when they can get to the rim.
Well, it doesn't help whenever you have your center's the one having to guard them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were switching out Estrella. I hate being the ref guy, but I thought we had a really tough home whistle tonight. I thought Akpara had an all-ball block, that could win against him, and I thought Boswell had a really tough foul on a three-point shot that I thought was a complete flop. But I thought Estrella got the toughest whistle tonight. He got a couple of tough calls on D, and I thought he took a lot of body contact. He should have had several and ones. At least, I guess on the bright side, I think at least Estrella looks like he's back.
And you're the first to bring it up, but there were 2 fouls with them shooting a 3-point shot. One of them they hit, and I want to say they got 6 points total off of those, because one, I remember they missed, I think it was the front end whenever they went to shoot 3. But one of them, I get them calling. The other one, I'm with you, was kind of a flop. But if you're Tennessee, you have to know Bama looks to do that. And I'm sure Nate Oates was telling the refs, like, Tennessee fouls the 3-point shooter constantly. That's something, it's like the next game where that doesn't happen will be the first. We talk about that every time we get on here. It's like, hey, there was another foul on a 3-point shooter.
Yeah, we had been doing a little bit better about that earlier on in the season, but it's kind of that business has kind of picked up lately. Can we stop with the lobs? I mean, I know we hit one every now and then, but those lobs are killing us.
Yeah, there were some bad ones tonight. Especially there was one in one of the last 5 possessions of the game that we had that Jacoby just airmailed Akpara close to the rim. It was basically as good as a turnover. Might have been his only one of the game.
Walker, I think these lobs have been bad for several games now. I just feel like half the time, the bad thing about it when you miss on a lob is half the time it leads to a run out layup on the other end.
Yeah, and that's what Alabama's really good at is when they get in transition with Phylon and those guards, like they'll outrace us down the floor.
Okay, so I guess now it's just time to, if you really want to be honest with ourselves, it's all about Ament now. I think we'll be lucky to see him again before the NCAA tournament. Why play him in the SEC tournament? And then, who knows what we're going to get when he does return. I guess maybe if we want to look at it from a glass half full perspective, it seemed like he was kind of hitting a little bit of a wall from like wear and tear. And so maybe a rest for him, maybe rest him for a couple weeks. Maybe that would do him some good. Maybe he comes back in the tournament and, maybe he's refreshed. Trying to be positive, trying to think about anything positive.
No, I feel you. You also look at it. I know the conversation kind of going in was, hey, could you get up to a 4 seed? I think right now 5 is the ceiling.
That's winning these last two, South Carolina and Vandy, and then, I think we definitely need to be playing on Saturday in the tournament.
There's some other things that can happen, but we've started to see they're not influencing too much as far as seed line goes. Once the conference tournaments get here, but we talk about it all the time. That dreaded 5-12 game, that's never a spot you really want to be in. I think the last time it happened for us, it was Oregon State, and we were out quick.
Yeah, that was a bad game.
I have no recollection of that
5-6 line. I think we could be a 5 or a 6. I think that's where we're tracking. We should still be able to win these last 2 games regular season without Ament. Because, South Carolina is pitiful and Vanderbilt's at home. But I don't think the SEC tournament matters at all after Friday. So, win your game Friday and then – but, last thing, Davey, Mark Mitchell had a really good game earlier in this week, and I know that was a big moment for you, so I just wanted to congratulate you on that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Anthony. No,
wow.
He's right. The committee has shown over and over again that the conference tournaments don't mean anything for seeding. It can be as tight as you want it, and they do not care what happens in the tournament. They pretty much set it and leave it. Basically, what feels like that whole week before, outside of auto bids that might move things around. So really, our only chance to rise up any seed line is to beat Vanderbilt at home, assuming they still continue to climb, and then hope a couple of teams fall out. That's really our only hope.
Bear, who we got next?
We have Roberto.
Roberto, you are on the line. What's up, man?
Evening, guys. Davey, good to hear you on here, buddy. Long time. Proof of life check on Walker. Nice to hear you on here today, Walker. Sorry about your boys.
Yeah, it was tough.
Somebody had to lose today.
I went 0 for 3 today. It's bad.
Rough day for you, huh?
Yeah, rough day. Rough day.
I guess I'm a sheep, and that wouldn't be a surprise to anyone, but I feel like the guys played pretty good, given that the best player on our team played 11 minutes tonight and is probably out for the rest of the year. Is that just being too positive?
Roberto, what do you say out for probably the rest of the year? You think like he's just healthy not going to, or just doesn't want to risk it in terms of the NBA and like his people tell him to shut it down?
Oh, I'm not sure there, Davey. I hadn't even really thought about the second part of that, where he just shuts it down. he doesn't strike me as a kid who shuts it down. But I do think that, and that's why I believe he would have played if they would have let him. I think they were telling him not to play tonight when he started hobbling off again.
Yeah, I would probably like have a lot more concern had he never tried to get back out there. I mean, it's going to be painful. It's going to be something like it's not going to be like, hey, that's going to be feeling good tomorrow. But
he was already hurt, right?
Well, his ankle was a little banged up, but it didn't seem like that was limiting him from what we saw. I mean, he wasn't shooting the ball well to start off. Like that one basket he had in the second half was basically once he kind of was running back down the court there, he was hobbling a little bit, and we did not see him for the rest of the night.
Yeah. Well, and again, I'm kind of taking this again. I guess I'm just an eternal optimist, but I actually take tonight and us moving to what I believe is probably the 6th line is not the worst thing in the world in the NCAA tournament. I think anybody matched up in the 4 or 5 that if we were to get to the Sweet 16 has to play the 1. Those 1s are unbeatable. Anything under the 1 line is pretty beatable.
Not a bad take. Yeah, probably, fall to where it's like if you do advance to the Sweet 16, or I guess in this situation, the Elite 8, you'd be playing it would be the Sweet 16, you'd be playing the 2.
It'd be the Sweet 16, you'd play a 2 probably. Yeah. So, I don't know. Again, I'm an eternal optimist, I guess. Some people call it being a sheep, and that's okay too. But I just don't think we played particularly bad tonight. If you looked on Twitter tonight, I mean, it's like you might as well just set it all on fire. I don't get it. Other than people are tired of losing. What do you expect? What do you expect when you're freshman All-American and probably all SEC 3-man gets hurt pretty badly? Like, as fans, we ought to be happy that he even was able to walk back on that court. That was a gruesome-looking injury. 1 inch to the left, 1 inch to the right, he probably loses a knee for the rest of the year. I think it's probably a high ankle sprain, but that's a 3-week recovery. That's what I was saying, Davey. I don't think we play 3 more weeks. And if it is a high ankle sprain, he should sit out. Like, there's no reason for him to play. There's not. But I don't think he will. I think he'll try to tough it out. And I don't think we played that bad tonight. Again, there is lots. It's a comedy of errors at times, but I felt like the officiating was really bad tonight. I felt like we got a road whistle at home, like we always seem to do. And I think that the game probably turned on the Nate Oates technical.
Yep.
For all the Barnes people that always want Barnes to get a technical, Nate Oates proved tonight that if you get a technical, usually your team damn well responds. But that said, guys, I'm just not as negative as everybody else tonight. I thought we played pretty well, and that's a good Alabama team. See you.
They are a good team. I will, I guess, echo the sentiment. Like, overall, I mean, you played to where you were in a position to win it. It's just, once again, you didn't take it whenever it was given to you. And it just goes like that. There's just some ticky-tack stuff that happens. But, I mean, I struggle to see when you're playing a conference game, if you can't hit a 3.5, how you deserve to win in modern college basketball.
I mean, you can't. And certainly not playing a team that, we did a good job, but we held them to 37% from 3, which for them is, really pretty good. They just got hot.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's, but even that, Bear, like, it just goes back to what I was saying earlier. Like, this is, I believe, their lowest scoring output of the season. Yeah. And they were able to get the win. This is not a Tennessee defensive thing. This is Tennessee cannot score.
Yeah. Rick Summy on Twitter, he's got an interesting thought on it. He says it's Russell's fault for going to the game. We're not going to suspend Russell from the drive for a week because that would mean that myself, Bob, and Walker would have to work harder. But
yeah, we don't want to do that.
I don't know. I think this boils down to Nate Mint got knocked out of the game, and we couldn't hit a 3 to save our life in the second half. So I do want to push back a little bit. Roberto said he wasn't being negative, but he began his call with Nate Mint's done for the year.
There's a lot, just because of the state of college sports and whatnot. That's obviously the fear that he is. If this was a guy who just wants to go to the draft, a guy who sprained his ankle against Missouri earlier this week, and then you have an injury that looks a lot worse than it might be early in this game, some guys of his stature might just mail it in with 2 or 3 weeks left in the year. But I mean, Davey, you said it. The fact that he came out and tried to play that second half, he really never went to the locker room until halftime. The TV kept showing him in the tunnel, jumping, trying to stretch his knee, work it out. Like, that doesn't seem like a guy that's just going to mail it in.
Yeah, and I mean, listen, I don't think Rick Barnes is the coach that would even recruit a kid that would potentially do that.
No.
I threw that out there from a standpoint of, obviously you had the injury earlier in the week, then you had this one. I don't know if they're related. I'm even forgetting which ankle he messed up earlier. But I mean, it's one of those things. If it's not healthy, you get out there and one, you're not even at a percent level to where you're able to play and help the team. But two, it's just the risk of increase for injury even goes up. It's just something you got to worry about. And I mean, listen, I know he's going to want to go out there and give it his all, but even if you're Barnes and you're looking at this kid's long-term success, like you can't put him or jeopardize putting him in a position to where, you know, he is potentially going to miss all of next season in the NBA because that's just going to hurt his draft stock on top of that. I don't see it where it's, you know, they always say next man up. Like, all right, who's going to actually step up and be able to fill that? Because you don't have a guy that can fill that role. You don't have a forward or a wing that's able to stretch the floor like that. I mean, we talked about tonight, it wasn't really a problem. Like playing two bigs, you showed you could dominate them in the paint, but we talked
have that other scoring threat.
Yeah, we talked about you couldn't go, or where I guess it was against Vanderbilt where you moved Nate to the 4 and you played small ball, and you obviously saw success with that. You don't have anybody where you can even try something like that if he's no longer in the lineup.
No, that's off the table, and we probably don't make it out of the first weekend. So, has anybody seen? As he said, have they released anything on Ament yet?
No, I'm gonna keep track of the press conferences and see if he ends up saying anything about it. To be honest, I don't think we're going to get anything definitive other than it might just be like a knee hyperextension, hopefully not even a sprain or something like that. If it was anything like ligament related, anything like that, I don't think he would have come back in at all.
Yeah, he wouldn't have been jumping around back in the tunnel if it had been AC. I mean, he wouldn't have been able to.
No, I don't think so. I don't think that's the last we see of him this year, to be honest. Like we've given him throughout this year a lot of, this is the SEC, Nate's got to get tougher. You know, he gets bullied a lot in some of these games, especially early in the year. But, I mean, who knows how much he's had to play through and all the stuff he takes during a game that we don't even see. Yeah, he's tough as nails now.
Well,
we've got
I wouldn't go that far. I would just say these two injuries aren't necessarily anything having to do with toughness. I mean, a knee and an ankle injury like that, like that's just your body being put in a bad spot.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a freak, chance. These plays happen sometimes, just bad luck. Nate Oates about 10 minutes ago with, the quote of the night, and I just lost it. Hold on just a second, Davey. Sorry. Nate Oates said it was great that we got the win. I'm not sure we necessarily deserved it, which is 100% true. So,
I mean, if you watch that game, you're not sitting back and thinking like, kind of gave the stats off at the top. Alabama was the better team tonight.
Yeah.
What do we got, boys? All right. Well,
we have Russell on the line. He's going to get inside in just a second. He'll text us when he's ready. Bear, who else do we have?
We have T-Carp.
T-Carp, you're up next, man. What's up?
What's up, fellas? Davey, I missed you down at the Casual Pot in Lenoir City, brother.
I had a good time, bud.
Yeah. You could have been here.
Same here, bud.
Shoot, man. I hear that. Man, as a casual basketball fan, I'm trying to get into the nuanced version of this. And, I mean, I feel like you lay it out really well. It's our defense is there. Offense, they just can't hit buckets. They can't hit the easy stuff. There were several times I'm sitting there watching it, and we can't get a rebound. Estrella can't make something that he needs to make, and and just make a quick little bunny or just a little layup or something like that. And we're relying on Gillespie to, make those, just shots that he's got to make. And without Ament, it's like, I don't know where our offense comes from without that guy. Am I wrong being a casual fan here? Like, is there any more nuance that I'm missing here?
No, I wouldn't say so. And a big part of it is what we've seen from Nate, especially in the second half of the season, is he's willing to, take the ball off the dribble and try to go score. You don't have anybody else. It's a lot of those guys that like they'll pass the ball off and watch somebody else go do it. And then once he's out, it's just, okay, Kobe's really the only other guy unless you're down in the paint. And we just really struggle on some of those shots once we get it inside. I would just view it as like your guards are always outside of Jacoby are just looking to make the next pass, not exactly looking to score.
We've got to figure something out. Is there anybody else on the team, or that's the problem? Is the roster construction it works through those guys, and when you don't have those guys, you're kind of screwed.
Yeah, they did not go out and prioritize getting scorers in the transfer portal. Or if they did, they just missed on the guys they thought would be able to come in here. Because listen, I think Amari Evans is going to be a good player, but he's not right now. He doesn't have that part of his game. He's a go do it all kind of like Jemai Meshack as far as going to play incredible defense, crash the boards, just make life hell for whoever I'm guarding. And occasionally I'll be able to cut to the basket and score, but that is not something I would rely on consistently. He does not have many moves whenever he gets inside. And then, like, I don't know, maybe Troy Henderson might be a guy you could have gotten a little bit more out of in terms of scoring, but he wasn't out there. So I'm assuming that's either Rick's not confident enough with his defense, but he's going to have to change that approach if you are playing without Nate Ament for the rest of the season. But the problem is I think he's too stubborn to do that.
I think he's had that shoulder wrap on pretty much all year. I think Troy's kind of dealing with a similar shoulder type situation that Phillips kind of had that whole stretch last year. And he just, ever since he started wearing that tape, he hasn't been playing significant minutes.
Makes sense. As a casual fan, what do I need to expect for the tournament? What do I need to expect for SEC tournament? Do I need to get super involved? Like, tell me what I need to be happy with for this team.
Well, for the SEC tournament, you're going to be playing on Thursday night, so that's a game earlier than we've grown accustomed to the last couple of seasons. Hope you get a win there, just to kind of have like a little bit of momentum, but I just can't see them winning the game on Friday. I mean, it's going to be a struggle when you get to the NCAA tournament, T-Carp. I mean, the best you're likely going to do is a 5 seed. We've talked about how there's always like those upsets for a 12 over a 5, but it very well, like, I mean, right now, especially if you don't have Nate, if you have Nate, obviously you feel a lot better, but it still does come down to how healthy is he, and is he able to make a huge difference? This is the time you want to be playing at your best, and Tennessee certainly is not doing that.
I just assume if we're on that 5 line, we're going to get the most dangerous 12. That's just how our luck runs. T-Carp,
that makes a lot of sense.
It'll be some good looking broad in a tattered dress, and she's getting ready to put on her gown. It'll be Cinderella time.
They see who the 12s are right now, according to Lenardi. One of them could be Belmont, Liberty, are 2 of them. The other 2 would be Yale or South Florida. Oh, I could see them putting us up against Yale. That'd be scary.
Oh gosh,
not the Ivy League.
That'll be. So what I'm hearing is if we make it to the second weekend of the tournament, that's a good year for us. That's what I'm hearing from you guys.
I mean, if you make it to the second weekend any year, that's a good year.
Well, that's true.
Wait, were you saying second weekend or second game, T-Carp?
Sorry. I meant second game. I apologize.
Yeah, second game. I mean, I kind of view that as the ceiling for this team at the moment. I mean, I know something can always go crazy where,
somebody could get upset that and we could end
play
up
Mercer again,
and we could end up playing a, like it opened up that year. Davey, the Conzo year when Davies
Duke got
boys
beat by
did.
Mercer. Yeah.
Yeah, and it opened up for us.
Huh?
I mean, a lot of it all hinges on what is going on with Nate's right knee.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, watching that, it was like, oh my gosh, this he might not walk, after this game for a little bit, and just honestly seeing him at least being back out there, the fact that he went back out there, hit a jumper, and still kind of limped a little bit, gives me some pause. But at the same time, we'll get the doctors take a look at it, and I think he'll be okay. But man, that shoe caught at that right angle, and it looked bad.
Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see what they say. Again, we said it earlier that it's a good sign that he tried to come back in the game and he was jumping on it and moving it around and wanted to play. So that's as good a sign as what you're going to get as an injury that looks that bad.
Absolutely, boys. Thank you so much for the time. Davey, when you're back in East Tennessee, give me a holler. Y'all be good.
Take care, T-Carp.
Appreciate you,
Thank
buddy.
you, T-Carp. All right.
That's a solid dose of optimism. T-Carp's there's a reason he's one of our favorite and best callers. So with that being said, let's bring in Russell, who will be joining us now. And for the duration of voluntary reaction as we drink from the keg of despair. Welcome, Russ.
Hey, boys. Yeah, rough one tonight, man. Been listening to some of the chatter here. First of all, I was at the ball game tonight. Great crowd. I thought the atmosphere was great. They did the thing where they handed out like all the wristbands with the lights. My son took home like 5 of those, so that was his highlight. But yeah, man, I kind of agree with what Roberto said earlier, where it's just like I can't get too mad about this one. Yeah, it sucks to lose to Alabama. It sucks to break the streak, and obviously this is going to have implications on our SEC and NCAA tournament seeding. But, I mean, to me, it's all about Nate Ament and what his injury is coming out of this thing because, let's face it, if we don't have him, what are we talking about here? Like, it's not a team that's going to go far. I thought they gave a valiant effort to fight without him there, but, I mean, you just kind of felt like that noose was tightening the whole time without him. And I thought Jacoby played really well today, but could only carry us so far, and man, it sucks right there. I was in the 200 level, like in the kind of end zone, like looking right at Ament when that happened, and it was just awful, man. Because like you see guys get rolled up like that all the time in football and occasionally in basketball, but usually it's like, it's a split second, and then he gets out of it, even the bad ones. Like tonight, it just seemed like his leg was stuck in that position for like 5 seconds.
Yeah, it was a bit.
You're just yelling like, dude, like get him out of there. And oh man, it was awful. So, I mean, obviously they wouldn't have brought him back if he had a torn ACL. So that's a good sign. But yeah, I mean, I think that, our hopes ride with him, man, because Jacoby's a great player, but he was all we had tonight, man. I mean, we're pounding the ball inside to carry. I mean, we've talked that situation to death. I mean, that's no way to run an offense in this league. I don't know. It's just tough. I hate seeing Nate Oates win. Hate seeing Alabama win, but damn it, man! Like. That game was lost as soon as Nate went down.
Well,
came out, tried to give it a go, couldn't go, and now we just got to see like what his. And he was beat up before this game, right? I mean, you saw the Vanderbilt game, like he wasn't himself. He was grimacing a lot there. He wasn't himself Tuesday night at Missouri. He's beat all to heck. I almost wonder if you do just shut him down for the next week, maybe even 2, and say, all right, like.
I think I got clowned in the group chat when I threw that out on Wednesday night.
What's that?
I think I got clowned in the group chat when I threw that idea out on Tuesday night.
Yeah, you did.
I don't recall that, but I mean, at this point, after what we saw tonight, it's like, they won't. I mean, he obviously wants to play. This isn't a Darren Peterson situation, or he wouldn't have come out for the second half tonight. But
I mean, we don't need him Tuesday. I mean, if we do, then what are we even doing? Tuesday's when we play South Carolina, correct?
I don't know, man. Like,
Yeah, we play Tuesday.
We're a one-man team without him. I think we need him. We go on the road and beat South Carolina with just Jacoby Gillespie and the rest of those guys.
I don't know, man.
I think you can if you just continue to dominate the boards like you have. But if you're playing a good team, you're not going to be able to. Russ, the only thing I would probably push back a little bit with what you said there was that once you knew Nate was gone, like the game was gone. It's like he didn't really make an impact in the first half, and you went to halftime with a 12-point lead.
Yeah, but Alabama, Oates adjusted, and once I figured out he was out for good, we didn't hit another three. The floor's not balanced at all.
I don't think Alabama's anything special, man. I mean, they're a good team. Philon's a nice player. Wrightsville about killed us tonight, but I don't know. I don't have any respect for Nate Oates. Don't have any respect for that style of play. I mean, it's AI basketball, man. It's everything that's wrong with the NBA and the modern game. It has no soul. I don't think they're soft. They don't rebound. They don't play hard all the time. I mean, I have no idea how they made a Final Four last year. I guess they had some nice players, but I don't put a ton of stock into the fact that we were able to play with. I don't think they're a very good team, man.
They're not a team that I think is going to be able to go up and beat a top 10 team. I mean, whenever they played Florida, you saw what happened to them. They got destroyed by somebody.
If they don't even make, like, they don't look like a Sweet 16 team to me. I mean, Oates said it himself. It was great to get the win, but I don't think we deserved it. He knows.
Trying to think of who else they got. Purdue beat them earlier in the year. They did beat Illinois. I'll give them credit for that one. Gonzaga beat them by 10. But yeah, I mean, they've got to just be hidden, because if they're not getting games to where they're scoring in the high 80s, they're losing majority of these. It just so happens they have their lowest out point of the season and they get to face us.
So where does this put us now in the SEC tournament pecking order, Dave?
Six
right now, but I think we'll fall down another because I'm trying to think of who's likely about to pass us. I mean, you got
it's a tie.
Vandy's right behind you, so if you don't have Nate for that one, I don't see us winning that game. So they'll then likely, I think, pass based off everything else.
Yeah,
You're not going to jump Missouri or Kentucky. Yeah.
It shows you how much can change in a week, right? A week ago tonight, we're sitting there in second place in the league, feeling damn good about ourselves. Oh. Now you've lost 2, and Nate's status is up for grabs.
Yeah, and the worst part is now when it comes to standing, we really don't control our own destiny anymore. Almost all the teams above us, outside maybe Alabama, have the tiebreakers against us, and we don't play them again. So it feels like it's kind of, we're going to be playing Thursday whether we like it or not.
Really weird game too, man. Like the substitution pattern we've got, we take Gillespie out 3 minutes into the game for a long time.
I don't know what that was for. That was weird.
Bring Berg, yeah, and he played pretty much the rest of the game, and then Amari Abram is in there, Berg is in there way too much for my comfort, and Felix is sick. I was wondering if maybe they've got a little bug going around the team or something. There's a lot of that stuff going around East Tennessee right now. It was just kind of a strange game, man.
I just kind of viewed it.
We one more really good shooting guard out there would have been different. I think we win this game with Nate. I think we win it with another really good shooting guard. But we got what we got. Got to hope that Nate gets back.
Yeah, I think the lineups, Russ, is a symptom of just Barnes not really having much of a plan without Nate being out there. And again, I know we were, able to take the 12-point lead into the half, but that second half, you could tell he was just like trying to get anything to work offensively. You just don't have those guys on the bench, man. It's just it's a failure on his staff as far as how he wanted to build this roster coming into the season.
What level of blame does Peyton Manning take for this?
I forgot he was even there.
Was he there?
Yeah,
he was there.
None. I mean, at 22, the curse is broken, man. We don't got to think about it kidnapping him anymore, Russ.
He's just sitting there in the regular stands, too, with his son.
Allen Houston was also in attendance.
Yes.
We shot
Maybe
that
was the
poorly
problem.
with Allen freaking Houston in the stands.
Yeah.
That's a shame, man.
According to Grant Ramey, Tennessee has now given up leads of 17 against Kentucky, 14 at Kentucky, 12 against Kansas, 10 at Missouri Tuesday night, and 13 tonight against Alabama.
We were talking about that before you got on. Yeah, that's now 5 games with blown double-digit leads.
Led the entire game.
Till the final 24
the entire
seconds.
Game in the last 24 seconds. Wow.
Yeah.
What did you – so here's something that, like, it was kind of a perfect storm there, too, the last minute. When Felix got hurt, that was huge because then they have to bring in Estrella for that last defensive possession. They get the switch immediately with Estrella guarding him. And at that point, it's just like, well, I hope it's just 2. I hope we don't foul and give a 3-point play. So you're going to be down 2. If that's Felix out there, he can guard Phylon. Yeah. Who knows if he even gets the shot off? He might kick it out, and who knows? Maybe we get a stop there. But I thought Felix getting hurt right there at the end was a huge play in the game.
Yeah, I mean, we knew at the time. Walker and I were sitting here watching it. And it's just not ideal,
No, you're right, and
especially when we struggle to keep, people in front of us. And you're right. I mean, he's athletic enough where he probably keeps fouling in front of him.
It's just like, I mean, we're sitting here like just talking about like all these little things, but I just still like I am struggling with the fact they had 30 rebounds total. 30 rebounds total. We had 25 offensive rebounds and still found a way to lose this game.
Oh,
I don't know how you do that. It's like I'm literally just baffled here.
I would love to see layup stats, like how many layups we missed.
Oh, I can go find some shot chart data for us real quick. See if ESPN has it up. Because I don't know what it is, but it's unreal that you can get 25 offensive rebounds and have under 30 second chance points. Like it's unbelievable when you say it out loud.
It's really grinding your gears, isn't it?
Like they're supposed to be second chance points for a reason. Like when you get an offensive rebound, you're supposed to have the opportunity to go back up with it immediately or get a good shot. And at a certain point, that stuff is going to average out and you get good looks when you get third, fourth chances at the Rock, and it just didn't work out that way.
I mean, it did in the first set. It's tale of 2 halves. It's just like the other 4 double-digit games that we've led that we've ended up losing. We come out in the second half and laid an egg, and we didn't have our best player.
The turnovers, too. I mean, like, you talk about recurring themes this season. Inability to finish around the rim continues to be an issue. And then turnovers, like, we only had 9. But, man.
No, we had 6 turnovers today.
I'm looking at final stats right now. I've got this is points from turnovers. My bad. But the turnovers that we do have are like
horrendous.
We throw it to Okpara when he's not looking. We have like some kind of bizarre pick and roll lob play. Gillespie just throws it out of bounds. We have Berg in the first half feeding the post and just bounce pass straight out of bounds. How many times have we seen that this year? Just bonehead things, man. Like, you take away just one of those and put a bucket in, maybe Tennessee pulls it out. So I don't know. At this point, 2 games left in the regular season, it might be one of those you are what you are type of things. But damn it, man, if they could just fix some of the little things, would feel so much better about them.
I know we don't know the status for Nate, and so let's just say you can assume this. However, what happens these last 2 games of the regular season? 2-0, split, lose them both.
So hard to say without Nate.
Yeah, even with Nate, it's hard for me to say 2-0 sitting here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I think Vanderbilt gets us at home at this point.
Yeah, if we don't have Nate against Vandy, I don't know if that's a winnable game. Just especially with they just got punched in the mouth today at Kentucky. Like, they went up to Lexington and got their lunch money taken and shoved in a locker. So you know that they're gonna that's a wake up call for them, and they're gonna be ready to play next weekend.
Well, at least we got basketball, boys, or baseball.
Big win over the Devils.
It's not every day you beat Sun Devils. Yeah, I went 0 for 3 today. It was not a good day for me. Horrible.
Are you really pulling for Arizona State against the Vols in baseball?
No, I wasn't. I honestly didn't watch the game, to be honest.
Would you pull for Arizona State in anything versus Tennessee?
Probably not. No. If we played in football, it'd be tough. But I'd still root for Tennessee. I'd root for Tennessee basketball over Arizona State basketball every day because that's a incompetent program over there at Arizona State. And the ASU baseball, I never really got connected with. So I'm all Vols mainly. It's just fun to have both of them.
I do want to give Bear credit real quick.
Oh.
Bear, you were a man of your word. I didn't even have to reach out. You just said, "Hey, Davey, what's your Venmo?" I even gave you an alternative option instead of paying, as far as saying an apology, and you still were willing to pay the money. So congrats to you on that, sir.
Oh, what was the bet again?
Bear last week told me that Michigan was going to beat Duke, and then said he'll put 20 on it.
20 on the money line with Davey. And then you offered I could apologize for what?
I think you would have had to apologize for doubting Duke, admit they were the best team in the country at the moment, and also say they're the best program in college basketball over the last half century.
Yeah, that wasn't happening. That wasn't happening. But also wasn't Welching.
Did you say you weren't watching?
I wasn't going to welch.
Oh, Welch.
Like that you labeled me a welcher. I am not I'm a lot of things. Some of them not so good sometimes, but I'm not a welcher. If I make a bet, I pay it.
Reverse psychology and just saying that to begin with, to where I know I'd get the money.
Yeah.
What about Berg? What about Dwayne Brown tonight? Like, where was he?
He didn't play very many minutes, and I mean, he was defensively and on the boards. You know, when he's in there, he's really active. He doesn't really score.
Yeah, 8 minutes, missed 2 shots, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 foul.
He did have that one shot blocked right in his face early in the second half, but man, I would have liked to see him get a few of Carey's minutes. I don't know, man. Carey tonight, it was good to see him score and show a little confidence. Like the first time we gave him the ball, he basically lost it.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
He did almost finish with a double-double. I mean,
he was 1 rebound away from a double-double.
Yeah, which is, I mean, if we're going to do anything from here to the end this year, we definitely need him playing like this more consistently. So, and I think Akpar, once he gets to feeling better, whatever's running through the team, we count on him. Again, it's all going to come down to Nate and what his status is. So,
yeah, going to be tough.
Yeah,
going to be tough without Big Nate. Only played 11 and a half minutes, 105, and that was what's so weird is like you felt like, okay, is this going to be a Willis Reed moment? He comes out of the locker room and plays the first, 2-3 minutes of the half, gets his bucket, and then goes to the bench. I guess he just wasn't feeling 100%, and why risk it? But, that was no bueno. If he had, let me ask you this. Now that clearly, it's not season ending, right? It's not an ACL. If it had been an ACL, Davey, do you think there's any chance he comes back next year?
No. I still think he'd get drafted high enough to where he would just go ahead and go pro.
Somebody would have drafted him on potential.
Yeah. Knowing it's going to be a recovery, but he still would have been a first round and one of those teams.
Are there any? Has that happened before? I mean, I remember Kenyon Martin back in the day broke his leg. Nerlens Noel. What happened with those guys in their draft? I think Kenyon Martin was a senior, so he didn't have the option to come back. But Nerlens Noel was one and done, right? He went to the 76ers and sat out that first year pretty much, didn't he?
That sounds correct.
That's the kid. He detonated his knee against us right here.
Yes.
And then we blew their doors off. He was a kid that looked like Bart Simpson.
But I mean, essentially,
huge box fade.
I know it didn't happen, but if you would have torn your ACL in March, I mean, when you get him back for conference play to start next year, but again, that's still even a big risk from Tennessee as far as getting the money out there. I don't know. I wouldn't do it. I think, with the NBA, it's even if you fall out of the lottery, you then go to a better team that gives you an opportunity to, get everything recouped, and then you're like, all right, you can step on the floor with a good team, and they've got a talent that is a lot better than what his draft position actually was.
Well, good thing we don't have to worry about that. All right, we got Basket Bob.
Yeah, we got Bobby Hoops. Bobby.
The Hound of Baskerville. Bob, did you get a T-shirt?
No, I didn't. No, I just I still think, man, maybe they might have Sterl on a pitch count. I'm telling you, he's not out there as much as we used to see him. And that's okay.
Our record hasn't been as good since we had a full dose of Sterl.
Yeah, that's true.
So maybe we ought to get him off the pitch count.
Hey, Bob, it's a tough one tonight, obviously. As you can imagine, the YouTube chat, people are handling it well. No overreactions at all. A lot of encouragement being pointed toward our head coach. Your thoughts as Tennessee leads for 39 and a half minutes tonight, and Alabama escapes with the W in Thompson-Boling.
Well, I was there as you were, Russ. I didn't know you were going. That's awesome you were there. Although maybe that was jinx. I don't know. I think I'm kind of with you and dare I say it, Roberto. I actually didn't think they played that bad. I mean, they had 6 turnovers over the course of the game. And, yeah, they missed shots. And that's why is anybody shocked by that at this point? That's who they are, man. I mean, Jacoby Gillespie had a great game, but he's 9 of 23 from the field. I mean, he's high volume, and he had 8 steals again. By the way, and the refs were bad for a home game. I would say that for sure. The fact that Alabama had single-digit fouls for the entire game until they started fouling in the last possession just to, slow Tennessee down. Ended up with 11 fouls for the game. So there's a lot to point to. Obviously, very, very frustrating. And you guys have already – I'm not going to repeat too much or belabor too much what you guys have said about Nate. I mean, that's really – that's what we're going to have to wait and see on, because I think everybody's talking about the fact that we don't have any shot at a double bye. I don't buy that at all. If you go look, Kentucky's last 2 games are at Texas A&M and against Florida. Missouri still has to play Arkansas again. So you could count on them losing a game. Now, we would have to win out, and that seems like a tall task, particularly without Ament. But we'd have to win out these last 2 games, and so it can still happen. We're still a game ahead of Vandy, and if you beat Vandy, you're taking care of that anyway. So, I mean, I'm not ready to just throw in the towel. Very, very concerned, obviously, because of Ament's status. And for the people that are saying you lose your top scorer, so what's, how's Barnes going to respond to that? Great question. That happens to just about any team. I don't know what to say about that. We're just going to have to see if he plays. I do worry in this era of what we've been watching all season with Darren Peterson. I do worry that, Nate's playing for kind of an afterlife that is not here. And so if there is a threat to his NBA prospects, it does make me wonder what's going to happen. So I don't know. Yeah, another great example, JT Toppin, Texas Tech. He was projecting as a first-round pick, borderline lottery pick last season. He decided to stay for a year and was still projecting as a mid to late first-round pick this season. And he tore his ACL. He's now, I saw a mock draft today, I think on Bleacher Report. He's projecting like in the late 40s as a draft pick now, so well into the second round. So that's the stuff that Nate Ament's camp's going to be thinking about, and I guarantee you, that's what Barnes' responsibility is to Nate as well. So people aren't going to like to hear that, but that is a reality in this era of college basketball. So
Bob, the one thing I'd push back there is JT is a junior, so the way in which they view youth in the NBA would kind of view differently.
Yeah, maybe. What I'm getting at is this is a guy who decided to take the bag in college and stick it out for a little while longer and keep playing at the college level. And I think it's pretty fair to say at the moment it's impacted his draft stock if he was going to try to come out this year.
It has, yes.
So,
yeah.
Anyway, all I have to say, if Nate's not playing, then yeah, we're obviously in trouble. If he is playing, I'm not ready to wave the white flag on getting a double bye. I think there's a lot of other stuff that has to happen, but it's not crazy. Do we think Kentucky's going to just win out? I know they played well today, but
they're not beating Florida.
They need to show. Yeah, they need to show me that they can string together multiple good games because they haven't done that this season almost at all. They had a winning streak for a little while, but that was against inferior opponents. So, and then it will be a pisser if Missouri gets that 4th double bye, given that we had them and we let them off the hook. So I don't know. We'll see, but I'm very disappointed. Don't get me wrong, but this whole thing, like, again, yeah, I've seen some of the live chat comments and everything else. Somebody complaining about Nate Ament being such a non-factor tonight. He played 11 minutes, man. He was hurt. I don't know what to say. He was 0 of 4 before he got hurt. I don't think that was a shitty game. That's just, the people have to understand that a little bit, man. That's all. And I'll just stop talking before my blood pressure gets too high. But
yeah, because we've never seen Nate Ament have a bad first half and come back for a dominant second half. That never happened.
Yeah. He played 8 minutes in the first half, and then 3 minutes in the second half.
He's not very streaky.
Oh no, never. So anyway, we can bitch about it all we want. It's like that. This is what we got. I don't know what else to say, man. It's like I'm just trying to still remain a little bit optimistic. You can call me a sheep if you want, but I mean, weirder things have happened. This is not a crazy path for them to still get a double bye, in my opinion, provided Nate is playing.
No, it's not a crazy path. I probably was a little bit too emphatic of how our chances were. My only big point is that it's no longer in our control.
Correct. That's right.
Like, we can win out and still not get that double bye, which is, that's a position that I did not think we were going to be in by the end of this week.
No, I agree. This has been a really, really bad week for the program, for sure. All they had to do was just win one of those, and we'd be in very, very good shape going into the last week of the season. But didn't happen that way. And it didn't help that Alabama, by the way, shot 52% from the field in the second half. Man, I mean, they just like I've said all along, man, they are who they are, and when it doesn't fall, it doesn't look pretty. When it starts to fall, things change, and that's what happened in the second half too.
Well, here's something wild. Maybe Bob, you or David can explain it to me. So Florida's currently running Arkansas completely out of the building down. It's 51-27 in the first half. So if they win tonight, they clinch at least a share of the SEC regular season title. And
yes. Or if they win tonight, they win it. They win it all.
They clinch tonight if they win.
Yeah, a share.
It says no. Because
not a share. They clinch.
Yeah.
Okay.
They clinch because
Mayakawa and Skarbinski must be wrong then.
Well, no, here's the deal. They would beat Arkansas, who was 2 games behind them, so now they're 3 with 2 left, and then they have the tiebreaker against Alabama. They beat Alabama. Beat their ass, actually.
Actually, okay, so to that point, they would win the 1 seed, but the way the SEC does it, they technically would share the title of regular season. They'd be co-champions.
Okay. Well, I mean, Florida's the best team in the conference.
That happened to us a couple of years back, probably a decade now.
Florida's on the verge of Final Four good, in my opinion, at this point. I hate to say it, but they're back, man. They're back.
Rick Barnes tonight after the game on his radio show asked about Nate Ament, says, quote, "I don't know. He tried, and if he can't go, obviously he was feeling it. It wasn't just his knee, but it was the same ankle he turned last game." So you remember against Missouri, he came down, turned an ankle, came out for a while, then came back. Bob, we talked to Greg Polinsky on the show Thursday, and he said, we asked him about Nate, he said, it wasn't just a turned ankle, he sprained his ankle. And so he rolls up the same ankle tonight. And, he's banged up. And, if you really just want to err on the side of caution to say to hell with these next 2 games, to hell with the SEC tournament, you can rest him for 2 weeks, really the better part of 3 weeks, before you play on a Thursday or Friday in the NCAA tournament. And young bodies can heal a lot in 3 weeks, I would say.
Tomorrow's the 1st of March. The first game for the tournament would be March the 19th. You could potentially be playing on the 20th.
Yeah. And here's another thing I'm going to agree with Roberto on. I was thinking about this earlier today, particularly after I watched Michigan last night against Illinois. And I know they lost to Duke last weekend, but Duke's in this category too. I don't know. I'm actually okay with this team being a 6 seed and going against an 11 and then having to play a 2 or a 3, because I agree that if you somehow got to the Sweet 16, I think there's 4 teams, maybe really 3 teams in college basketball. And, I was the one saying there were 10 teams that could win it all. I don't know anymore. There, between Duke and Michigan and Arizona, I mean, did you see what Arizona did today to Kansas? I mean,
they dismantled them.
Yeah, those 3 teams are at a different level, and I dare I say it, I think Florida is getting close.
I would put them there, Bob. Yep.
As the 4th, yeah. I don't want to have to, somehow if we got to a Sweet 16, having the first game going up against one of those 1 seeds, man, it's just going to be tough. So. I don't know. I mean, I'm intrigued by what you guys said about maybe they decide to rest Nate and just, they could probably end up with a 6 seed, even if they lost, to Vandy and lost in their first game in the SEC tournament. It wouldn't surprise me. They just got to take care of South Carolina because that's, inferior team. They just got to lock that win down however they can do it.
Ken Palm has Florida up to number 4. We are familiar with the 3 teams right behind them: Illinois at 5, Houston at 6, and Purdue at 7.
Yeah, and I mean, We beat Houston. Purdue is not. They can't defend anybody. Not that our offense is a well-oiled machine at the moment, but this is not as good a Purdue team as the ones we faced in the past. Illinois is tough if they're dialed in. There's no doubt about that. But again, just the prospect down the line, if things broke the right way, of having to roll into the Sweet 16 against Michigan or Duke or Florida again. I mean, I don't love it. But that's a long ways off right now.
So, in short, a week ago, we were all out on baseball and making reservations for Indianapolis in the Final Four. Fast forward a week, and basketball season's over. We're going to Omaha, right?
No, basketball season's not over. We had a terrible loss, and now the wait begins to see, hopefully, how our star player won't be out for the rest of the year, and that we'll get him back as soon as possible.
I think when we were still on for VR last week, the Vols had not yet lost not only one, but then the second game to Kent State and lost the series.
Yes.
You want some good news, Russ?
I mean, we could go out there and shit the bed against the Hokies tomorrow, and everything would be screwed.
That would be bad. That would be bad.
There's still time for yet more to go wrong. Who do the Lady Vols have tomorrow?
Oh, we got
Vandy?
number 5 Vanderbilt tomorrow.
Oh, we're getting
Yeah.
they're getting the belt put to their ass again tomorrow.
Oh,
Hey, as Doc Holliday said, we have not yet begun to defile ourselves.
Still got more misery in store for Sunday?
You guys fired up the coaching boards for Lady Vols?
No.
I haven't.
I think she's going to survive next year. She's got a chance to fix it.
Davey, have you fired up the coaching board for a new Ayatollah?
At this point, they better just call Trent and ask him who he wants.
Was that a Khomeini too, Bear? Like
Kamani,
like
I
a
think.
blood?
No.
Bloodlines. You remember that dude they had in the 80s? That dude?
Oh, that was the Ayatollah Ruella.
Oh, that was Khomeini.
Yeah, Khomeini.
Yeah.
Khomeini. No, this guy was a Kamani.
That dude was like, Khomeini was like,
he was scary as
far
hell.
as the villains go, I mean,
Yeah.
I did grow up in an era with him and Gorbachev looking like a damn Bond villain.
Well, yeah, hell, you don't know nothing. Me and Bob know about those. Gorbachev had nothing on the 70s, late 60s, 70s.
What?
Soviet
I've
premiers.
seen Khrushchev. I've seen Stalin. I mean, that was part of their charm, is they actually looked good. Gorbachev had that freaking birthmark thing on his head. I mean,
yeah, but he didn't have the giant caterpillar eyebrows, and he wasn't like slamming his fist in on the lectern. And
I mean, they had 40 officials go out today, so I mean, they're still kind of sifting through the rubble of their new parking lot in Tehran. So I don't even know what.
I did not have Davey down as pro parking lot, pro war. Being this jacked up about it.
Oh, dude! Anytime the U.S. just bombs the shit out of a country, sign me up.
Yeah.
It
goes so well for us anytime we completely destabilize a country.
Careful. Bear's getting rattled. We start talking shit about Gorbachev and Khrushchev. And next thing you know, it's full-on meltdown. Hey, Bob, speaking of all this war stuff, I know you love the geopolitical talk here. How aroused do you think Bruce Pearl was this morning?
Oh, he's been working social media already.
He was watching CNN with his pants off, Bob. Let's be honest. Come on, man.
He got people really mad, saying that if Miami of Ohio loses a game, they still should not be in the NCAA tournament. They need to win their conference tournament to make it.
God,
so dumb. I mean, listen, I will say they're like in the 80s in KenPom, so they're pretty far down the list. They don't exactly have the metrics. 87.
Somebody should have asked him if his 12 or 13 loss team was coached by his son should deserve to be in as an at-large.
That's the big comment everyone's saying. It's like, oh, he's only saying this because if an automatic qualifier that should take a spot goes away, that hurts Auburn's chances.
Yeah.
You
Davey,
guys-
I heard your little take on Rick Barnes at the beginning there. Would you throw Rick Barnes in front of an oncoming train to rehire Bruce Pearl right now?
Ooh.
And that's a long pause. Wow.
That's too long of a
Yeah,
pause.
well, I am looking at the age. I mean, that's like I don't think Rick's got many more left in him, and I know Pearl obviously retired. I'll say no for the time being.
Wow. How reluctant a no was that, Bob? You see that? Wow.
Wow.
In full disclosure, I was texting with Bruce earlier today.
Whoa, what a name drop.
I mean, that was Wallace-esque right there.
Okay, Davey.
I would
Bob reminiscing about his good times with Martha Stewart thinks that was a gratuitous name drop.
hello, Bob. You guys want some good news?
Sure.
I need some.
Congrats to Coach Travis Main and the Knoxville Catholic Fighting Irish boys basketball team. They advanced to the Division II AA Final Four in Clarksville, where they will
How about
not
that?
see. They beat Lipscomb tonight, 64-55.
Congratulations.
Will they be facing Webb down there in the Final Four at some point?
No, they won't.
Hmm.
Congratulations on your win. I'm very happy for you.
Yeah.
I can tell.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great win for you guys. You guys have had a really good season, and I'm glad you guys made it. Really good team.
Yeah. Congrats, Coach
You know,
Mains.
Nationally ranked teams get beat a lot
Happens.
in the tournaments. It happens.
It's basketball.
I mean,
Weird shit happens.
They can always hold on to the fact they were nationally ranked this year.
Well, they won the state last year too.
Yeah.
It's true.
We'll see. Hey, you went pipe down, spark plug.
Oh,
Well, we won state in our class 1 year.
1 year win in the droopy sweat sock there, Bob. Come on,
No,
now.
it was actually once they left, once they abandoned the one, the Hoosiers era. So it was in the 2000s. Once they started going class level, then they played smaller schools, and that's how they ended up winning state. Because back in the day, it was like the NCAA tournament. It was like everybody that gets into the playoffs, no matter your size, one state champion, and that was it. So,
can we get Joshy Boy in here to add some much needed common sense to this conversation?
Yeah, I think of Josh Boy when I think of common sense.
That's me.
Voice of reason.
I did see someone to just call out the Joshy Boy real quick. I did see someone, and it wasn't Joshy Boy, but someone on the live chat was saying, I hope we don't go to the tournament. It's like, okay.
What are we doing?
Yeah, I know.
Joshy Boy.
What do you mean, Bob?
What do you mean?
Yeah, Bob.
I just said it wasn't you that said it. Somebody else did.
No, it wasn't.
Taking a shot.
Oh, it was you again?
You said
Again?
it.
It wasn't. It wasn't.
Oh, that's what Bob said, Joshy.
That's what I said.
Okay.
I said it wasn't you.
Oh, easy,
Hey.
boy. Easy.
All right. So let me ask you guys a question. Do you think the great Michael Jordan, do you think the great Allen Iverson, do you think the great Kobe Bryant would have sat out the rest of the game on the bench like our beloved boy
That's
made
quite the
a
take.
meant for the rest of the game?
So you're comparing him to and holding him up to the standard of Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant.
There. Kobe Bryant shot free throws with a torn Achilles.
I know.
Nick
Kobe's
can't even come back in the game.
He did come back in the
He
game.
did come back in the
He
game.
did come back in the
did come
game.
back in the game. They tried. They braced up his knee, and it was obviously still too sore for him to be effective.
Hey, I'm with you, Joshy
Okay.
Boy. I'm beginning to question this Ament kid's want to.
So we're
Doing
one man show now without Nate. Teams know how to beat us. If Jacoby's not on, we're definitely going to get beat.
Yeah, I think we'd all agree
if we're
that.
playing teams with a pulse.
I'm watching the Ament replay right now, and
It's
Bob,
excruciating.
So
the
Don't try to remind me,
like
Russ.
the
I don't
length
want to
of
see it.
time,
I was in the arena.
Bob, the length of time that his leg was like caught up underneath it, it felt like 10 seconds watching it live. It's like, oh my God, get his leg straight, please.
Stop.
Let me ask you guys this: do you think he's done for the rest of the season?
I don't. I think we'll see him again.
Think he'll give it a full go in the tourney?
Yeah, by tournament time, assuming this isn't a longer injury that we don't know about yet, we'll see him hopefully by tournament time. But again, we don't know what the injury is yet.
My prediction is we'll see him next Saturday against Vanderbilt.
Yeah. Let's hope so, because Bob's St. Louis boys could upset us in the first round of the tournament.
Don't even say that.
Oh, they'll be a higher seed than an 11 or 12.
The 12 I was looking at earlier was it's Yale and Liberty are the two that I stare at and I'm like, yep, those are the two that might be tough.
Let me ask you this: how do we out-rebound Alabama by a wide margin and still lose the game tonight?
You don't hit a 3 in the second half.
Can't finish inside.
Nate Oates finally knew what to do in the game, and he finally beat Rick Barnes.
Yeah, he got our best player hurt.
Yeah, I mean, our best player got hurt, and then we went cold in the second half from 3. I don't think Nate freaking Oates figured anything out about how to beat us.
Yeah, I mean,
he admitted after the game he didn't deserve it.
He solved the puzzle, Joshy boy.
I'm pissed off because I heard it from some Alabama fans sitting behind me in Artemis whenever Fallon got that layup for the lead and sealed the game. I'm pretty pissed off.
What'd they say?
They said, how about that now, Tennessee fans? Foul on. How about those balls?
That's really not that bad.
I've heard much worse.
No,
they would have done worse, actually.
They were saying, were you cheering now? You were cheering the whole game, but you weren't.
That's not that nasty.
Were you being obnoxious throughout most of that game, Joshy boy?
Were you calling them bad words?
I was standing up after every Tennessee 3, Bear.
Were you firing arrows at them?
Yes.
Yep.
Guys, out the door, I'll say this. You know what we got in this team? We got a first-round exit. See ya.
Oh.
Josh was not happy.
Boys handling defeat well.
Yeah. Glad to see everyone.
So how toxic is the chat box tonight?
Oh, it's ridiculous. You want to hear a couple of them?
Yeah.
We got one from Blind Vegan Rescue. He said, "Who said I didn't like championships? What an odd comment." There are people just going back and forth. We got one from the same guy. Every team but one ends in the same way each year. You can get to Elite 8s and 16s and be ranked all the time, or choose the mystery box that's almost certainly going to be worse with any tiny chance of better. That one's a little more positive. Then there's one from at Smoky Bow. We all knew deep down what this team was, though, during the Vols winning streak. Really haven't dominated many games this season at all. We got
Hold on. Slow down a little bit. Now that one is just that one kind of gets under my skin. People that'll, everybody was all happy we were on the losing streak, but as soon as we slip up, they're right back to just being just god awfully negative. I feel like.
I mean, we haven't really dominated teams in terms of looking at the final score.
There's going to be a lot of. There's going to be a lot of BVS showing through this next week or so. I mean, we're coming up to the NCAA tournament as Tennessee fans. I mean,
we expect
kind of makes us all crazy. My eyes twitching a little bit.
What? Nowhere near. It could. I wish that. I hate that you guys. I'm glad you guys got to go to the game and enjoy it, but you really missed an all-time eye twitch. I thought Barnes's head was going to explode when Berg.
Oh man!
At the end of the first
half.
Oh
my God!
I'm pretty sure he looked at Ethan Berg and said, "Are you fucking stupid?" Like that looked like exactly what he said.
He doesn't cuss.
Let's talk about that for a second. I was talking to William Pattison at halftime because he was sitting close by, and I mean, they were begging him to take that shot.
Oh,
I'm talking
yeah.
about Alabama. It's like I don't know. I mean, I understand he didn't want Alabama to get the ball back. Okay, I get it, but I don't know what the guy instinctively just stand there and not shoot the ball. I mean, he was wide open,
Stand there for another 7 seconds, see if
bad,
anybody comes up there.
Yeah, and it wasn't a bad shot, by the way. But
You just got to hit it.
I think it,
Yeah.
Bob. I think
I
it was
just
one of those shots that even if he had made it, I think Barnes still would have chewed him out just for
yeah, I mean,
not doing
he's
what
still
he
got.
said to.
Yeah, he's got the body of work in a negative way that he doesn't have much of a leash, I would say.
Yeah,
Bishop
and
did that thing that you'll see some Barnes guys that play for Barnes do every once in a while. He got, I think it was in the first half. I texted you guys about it because it just stuck out. I don't know if you could see it from the stands. He got the ball near the top of the key, and he had a wide open shot, and he clutched it like he was hesitating, like he was hesitant to shoot it, and they ended up pulling the trigger on it, but it completely screwed up his stroke.
was that Boswell?
Yeah, Bishop, and it.
I noticed that in real time too, Bear.
It just made me wonder again if this was, if it's in the back of his head. I'm not supposed to take this, which I have a lot more faith in Boswell to hit a three than, I do Berg.
Yeah,
I will tell you this, and I don't sit on the floor or anything. I mean, I sit in the lower bowl. This is about the refs because we were playing aggressively, okay, and so the refs were definitely penalizing us for that from time to time. I get that, but it wasn't happening both ways. When Ahmed hit his one shot, I literally could hear a slap on his hand when he shot the ball. And I mean, it just felt like there were calls we weren't getting that Alabama got. That's just my opinion. I'm not saying the refs lost the game for us, but that sure as hell didn't help.
Bob, there were so many possessions underneath their basket where we're battling for that possession where Alabama got 2 offensive rebounds in the last minute or two. Like Estrella multiple times when Estrella came out, like first of all, you could see the claw marks on his back, literally. Yeah. And like he's getting hammered in there trying to go for that rebound and they won't blow the damn whistle.
Yep. Oh, Daly swallowed it tonight.
Again, they had 5 fouls in the first half. They had 4 in the second half till the last 24 seconds of the game.
The most egregious miss of the night was it was in the first half. It was a foul they called on Boswell. I think it was heading down right towards where you were sitting, Russell. Was it foul on Walker? The Alabama kid basically was holding Bishop's arm and pulled him into him. And they called Bishop for a block.
Oh, I think that one was on Evans. I know which one you're talking about. Yeah.
No. It was on Bishop. That was a foul on Bishop.
There was another one on Evans where something similar happened.
That's the one I think of.
Yeah, we didn't lose the game because of the refs. I mean, they didn't help us, but we lost the game because we shot 20-something% from 3. Nate Ament wasn't in the game. Felix was sick and then was out during the critical point after he got hit by Evans, hit by our own player.
All I could, Russ, I was thinking about when we talked with Polinsky because I brought up the Jalen Carey topic with him on Thursday. And he said, we talk with him and, hey, it's great you got 10 rebounds, but you have got to score the ball. And I felt like he played more assertive in the paint tonight. And I'm not saying it was a fantastic game, but he was much better tonight than we've seen in the last few games.
Well, I think Alabama is a good matchup for Jalen Carey because he's going to find himself in one-on-one situations where he's not getting help. He's going to be able to post his man up and take a guy one-on-one, whereas, Missouri and Vanderbilt and other teams just collapse on him. And that's where he really struggles. But if he's one-on-one, whether his opponent's bigger than him or not, like he can get his shot. And
he's physical enough and strong enough. He can create space. You're right. If they're not sagging on him and doubling down on him.
But we're going to see some team. We play Vanderbilt again. We're going to play. Good teams are going to be able to take him out of the game as far as an offensive threat. So
I can't fault.
That's another.
I mean, go ahead. Sorry, Russ.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, we missed a lot at the rim, but we still shot about 50% at the rim overall. And between Akpara, Carey, and JP, it was, I think, 30 points and like 23 boards.
That one Akpara missed in the first half where he's just all alone. Oh, yeah, man. We'd have 3 or 4 more wins if we could finish at the rim consistently. Well, boys,
I feel better.
I'm glad you do.
Bobby, I mean, you came in hot. You were fighting back a little bit of a couple veins popping in your forehead when you first got here.
Well, I mean, it's just, it's like this whole rinse and repeat thing. It's like, everybody's frustrated. It's just varying levels, and all's not lost. Just got to keep trying to believe it. And, if we get blown out by 20 in the first round of the tournament, A, I'll be surprised, and B, then everybody can laugh at my optimism.
Hey, summer starts early.
Yeah.
That happens.
Early.
That's the alternative.
It's true.
Come on, Josh Elander. We need you, baby.
Boy, he could really do us a solid tomorrow, couldn't he?
We need some good vibes. We need some wins. We need to make Lindsey Nelson Stadium the place to be this summer.
By the way, I tried to do the Flow Sports thing today, and I opted out because the way they made it sound language-wise, they were going to – the only way you could get like that, $15 a month thing is if you signed up for the year, which I have no interest in doing. I don't know if anyone else had that issue because they were saying, well, or you can go monthly for $35.
Pass.
Yeah,
hard pass.
So I just
$35 plus tax for 3 games.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just follow.
That's a good steak dinner right there. Oof.
I'll just keep up with it. I'll just tune in the RTI Twitter feed.
Yeah, the Jack Webster thread is always good.
Davey, where are you going for a steak dinner for $35?
Longhorn, man. That's the most consistent place there is. I ain't saying it's a great steak dinner. It's a good steak dinner.
Solid steak dinner.
More of a Texas Roadhouse guy myself.
I'm guessing no appies. You're drinking water and certainly no dessert.
You're damn right.
You're just getting the steak and a baked potato.
I mean, they come with a salad too, so then it's fresh bread. It's really a good deal when you think about it.
What'd you say, Bob?
Walker, you like the Texas Roadhouse thing because they occasionally do that line dancing stuff in the restaurant, right?
Yeah, that's exactly why. I always jump in and line dance with them.
There you go.
I mean, it's not like $35 is going to give me a full meal, like Fogo de Chao or anything, but hey. No. We'll make the most of it.
It's just sirloin.
Well,
you need to go make dinner.
That was a chuck steak. That was tougher than a $2 steak watching that basketball game tonight. Boys, it's been real. Thanks for holding down the fort today.
No problem.
It's our pleasure.
Davey, Bob, always a pleasure, my friends.
Likewise, guys. Hopefully next Saturday goes better.
Yes. Senior night, got to go better. Anybody with any closing thoughts? Because I'm about ready to get out here.
At least America got a win today.
Good God. I think Davey's watching CNN with his pants off today.
I just got I got YouTube TV, man. You just get the quad box, CNN, Fox News, MSNBC, just throw them all up there.
Oh, yeah.
Just all destruction all day. I don't have any other than, just kind of echoing what Bob's saying. All's not lost. Time is getting short, and we gotta crank out 2 wins this week somehow, some way.
Yes, sir.
Bob, do you have any final thoughts?
Nah, I think we've covered it a lot. Let's just monitor what happens with Nate Ament. That's really the key development at this point.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll be all over that this week here on Fan Run Radio. Shout out to the YouTubers. Be sure to like and subscribe. For Davey, Bear, and Walker, and Bob, I'm Russell Smith. Thanks for tuning in tonight. We'll do it again next week. Be sure to tune in. Fan Run Radio should be a wild week on Rocky Top.